we would try making one of these most gorgeous little granny square purses, bags, difficult pouches. I think it's a pouch. Look, I've even made a little button on it. How cute is that? Excuse the balloons, we've had a birthday in the house. I have also, so the wool that I'm going to be using, I'm going to put my coffee cup up. The wool that I'm going to be using is going to be a mixture of pinks, but I went hunting for this pink and I thought I would show you a little bit of the process. I went to do it for a different video, but actually I never got round to that video. So I'm going to show you a little bit of shopping at Hobbycraft now. We're going to run and see if we can get some wool. We are going to go to Hobbycraft, but I thought I'd have a quick look in B&M, see if they've got any cheaper stuff in there. Oh, this stuff's cute. How sweet is that? I mean, this isn't what I'm looking for, but that's not the point, is it? Oh. £3. Well, they're good. 250 grams. It's not bad, is it? What else have they got? Move the over the mops. Oh, they haven't got, well, they've got some white, but I was after white and black. And actually, I've had a look and sparkly, but even for £2, I think they've got 3 for 2 in Hobbycraft, so I'm going to shoot over there instead. I mean, could it be any more annoying that they haven't got any white? And it's on 3 for 2 as well, like I said, so it's £2.80. So 3 balls would be £5.60 as opposed to the £7.50 that it would have been in thingy, B&M. But I'll just have to have a little look around and see if they've got the different ones instead. Oh, how frustrating. Right, so they've got this Wendy Supreme, which is £2.50 a ball. Do they have any in white? Oh my day! What is going on? I'm going to get it at Amazon at this rate. Unbelievable. Maybe I'll go and ask. I have wool. Also, that golden hour lighting's doing me the wonders of good, isn't it? So I've got, hang on, oh, dropping it all over the place. They didn't have any of the WI wool. Well, they had like that pink, but they didn't have any white or any cream. And I went and asked at the till and she said, oh no, it's a national shortage. National shortage. What's the world coming to? Honestly, Brexit, ruin everything. So I got the Hayfield bonus Aran, annoyingly. And now that I'm looking at it in the golden light, I think it looks like 2 slightly different colours, and it is 2 different lot numbers. So just my luck. And then I got the Wendy Supreme DK in that pink. I've got some black at home, so that's absolutely fine. I was annoyed because they were £2.50 a ball, so it was going to be £7.50. But as luck would have it, my mother-in-law told me that if you download the Hobbycraft app, you get a £5 voucher. So I used the £5 voucher, and now it was only £2.50 for all 3 balls. Winner! I mean, it would have only been 60p for 3 balls of WI, but you know, national shortage and all. Now that we're all fully informed on where I've got my wool from, shall we try and make this granny square pouch? Okay, so we're going to start off with 5 different colours. This one here has got 5 different colours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So 5 different coloured wool. So I'm going for pinks and reds. I've got a, oh, this is 6mm. I've got a 5mm hook. You could size down to make it a bit smaller. You can see with this one, it's quite loose, but I quite like the looseness. And also I was using a bit of Aran for that one. But I'm going to use a 5mm hook for these because that one's an Aran, but everything else is DK. And I just like to have it big and fluffy. You also need a needle to sew all your ends in. Oh, and a cup of coffee. So let's start with our first colour. We're going to make a loop, and then we're going to chain 2. This first chain will be where you put all of your double crochets. So we're going to do 3 double crochets. Ooh, she says. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to chain 1. And again, we'll put 3 double crochets in. You're going to have 12 double crochets all together in this one loop. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to chain 1, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to chain 1. If you can see that your initial loop is getting bigger as you work, don't panic, you can tighten it up. So we need 12 in here all together, so we've got 3, 6, 9. So 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, come here, little end. Chain 1, and then slip stitch it into your first chain, like so. I'm just going to pull this little tail, and that will tighten everything up. So as you can see already, we're making a bit of a square, so you can see where the 4 corners were, and that's where our 4 chains were. Now what we're going to do with our next round, we're going to work into each of these corners. We're getting our next colour, and we're going to make a loop, put it onto our hook, and we're going to slip stitch into where we've just come off. Okay, so this is a corner here. We're going to slip stitch into this corner. Now we are always going to be working in 3s, so our double crochets will always be in 3s. Some people believe that a chain counts as 1 stitch. It is up to you whether you decide whether that counts as 1. I prefer to put an additional 3 double crochets into wherever I put a double chain, because I like the thickness of it and I don't think you can tell a difference. So we're chaining 2, and then in that corner we're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to, without chaining, we're going to go into the next corner. So can you see where the next corner is? We're going to go into there, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to chain 1 for the corner, and in that same corner we're going to do yet another 3 double crochets. So that you've got a corner that looks like that. We're then going to move into the next corner. So there's the next corner. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, and do 1 stitch, 1 chain, sorry, and then we're going to do 1, 2, 3. So in every corner we're going to have this same pattern now. So it will be 3, chain 1, 3. Into the next corner, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to come around and finish off this corner that we'd just gone into. 1, 2, 3, woo, lost my wool, chain 1, slip stitch into that corner, chop off, and fasten off. So as you can see, we've got our 4 corners coming together nicely, ready for the next round. So this next round is going to work not just in the corners but also into the spaces that you've created here. So again, slip stitch on. This time I'm going to go into the middle so that we've got some nice crisper corners. So we're going to chain 2 and double crochet 3. Woo. 1, 2, 3. Remember not to chain as you go along, because what will happen, you will just end up with baggy work and nobody wants that. It's almost like it gives you too much space, too much freedom to move around. Just get some wool. Oh no, I've lost count. How many was that? 1, 2, 3. So into the gap that you've made, and you're not working into the chains, you're working around the work. So you're actually looping underneath into the corner. The only bad thing about granny squares is the amount of ends you've got to sew in. If you're very, very clever, you can keep your balls going without having to fasten off, but I am not. Therefore, I have lots and lots of ends to sew in. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue with this method, and we're going to go round and round and round and round until we have lots and lots of rounds. I'm going to repeat the pattern in the same way that I did this one, so it's a 5 repeating, and you're just going to keep going into every single gap, remembering not to chain on the straights and to always chain 1 in the corners. Voila! So the end row is in this dusty pink, so that's going to be the colour that we need to attach everything together with. We're basically going to bring the corners into the centre, and that will make our bottom half, and then we can chain stitch something up here which will close it up. So let's fold it in half like this. Take our yarn, make a slip stitch, and we are just going to single crochet. We go in the corners and we are going to single crochet into each of the chains that we've made around the edge. And then we're going to do the same again. So can you see already how that's bringing the corner together? So then we're going to do this one as well. Put those together. I find that if you start in the corners and work your way out, it makes a more even square. So again, into the corners and then just single crocheting into every chain on your way down. And there we have the basis of our pouch. Need to sew those ends in a second. We're going to make the chain for the closure. So again, well, I mean, you can use a contrasting wool if you want to. How gorgeous are these colours together, by the way. I didn't know if the red was gonna pan out right, but it looks gorgeous. So for the closure, I'm just gonna go into the corner of this one, and then we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then simply slip stitch back in and then fasten off, and then sew those ends in a second. And then all we need is to pop either a little button on, or like I made with the other one, a little round. I'm going to make the button in this purple because it's an Aran. So onto your hook, chain 2, and then quite simply 10 double crochets into that first chain, one. And then tighten it up a little and slip stitch into that first chain. Tighten it up, and then we're going to sew that onto the work right about there, I would say. Yeah. And that is the finished article. How to make a granny square pouch. Ta-da! I hope you enjoyed it. I absolutely love the colours. Oh, I could live for those all day long. I do not love having to sew all the ends in. I need to go get myself another coffee. See you soon. Bye!